Most people think of CFOs as people who only care about spreadsheets, balance sheets, and board meetings. And yes, when I was a CFO, those were part of my daily life. But what no one tells you is this: the lessons you learn managing a company's money apply just as much to your personal life. They might even matter more. Today, I want to share the simple, practical rules I followed in business, and still follow today, to keep my personal finances stable, sane, and stress-free. These are not complicated formulas. They're not secret strategies. They're just clear principles that work. Let's get into it. Rule 1: cash flow is king. In business, cash flow is everything. It doesn't matter how profitable a company looks on paper. If there's no cash in the bank to pay the bills, the business is in trouble. And the same is true in your personal life. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep moving and how you manage your flow of money. Every dollar coming in should have a purpose. Every dollar going out should be accounted for. Here's a simple way to think about it. Picture your money like water in a bucket. Your income is the water pouring in from the top. Your expenses are the holes at the bottom. If you're not watching both, you'll either flood the floor or run dry without warning. Most people only focus on how much water they're pouring in, their income, but they ignore the leaks. When I was a CFO, I learned to respect cash flow like my job depended on it, because it did. Now, in my personal life, I treat it the same way. I track inflows and outflows with clarity. I make sure the leaks are controlled, and I keep the flow steady. Because cash flow isn't just about money, it's about peace of mind. Rule 2: fixed costs are silent killers. Fixed costs are the expenses that show up every month, no matter what. Your rent, your utilities, your subscriptions, your car payment. In business, fixed costs are dangerous because they create pressure. Whether you have a good month or a bad month, they still demand to be paid. The same goes for personal finance. Most people don't notice how much they've committed to fixed expenses until it's too late. The gym membership they never use, the premium streaming package, the car they barely drive but keep making payments on. Here's a rule I've lived by even after leaving the CFO role. Keep fixed costs as low as possible. The lower your base expenses, the more freedom you have. Freedom to handle emergencies, freedom to invest, freedom to say no to things that don't align with your goals. Flexibility is financial oxygen. Fixed costs choke that oxygen if you're not careful. Review your recurring expenses, cut what you don't need, negotiate better rates where you can, and give yourself room to breathe. Rule 3: build buffers before you build dreams. The importance of a financial buffer cannot be overstated. It's your safety net, your cushion against unexpected events. Before you chase your dreams, make sure you have that buffer in place. Ambition is great, goals are necessary, but rushing toward big dreams without a financial buffer is like sailing into open water without life jackets. As a CFO, I always made sure the company had reserves, enough cash to cover at least several months of operating expenses, because surprises happen, markets shift, unexpected costs appear. In personal finance, it's the same story. Before you invest in that exciting opportunity, before you commit to that dream project, before you upgrade your lifestyle, build your buffer. Your buffer is your safety net. It buys you time when life throws you a curveball. It keeps your plans intact when the unexpected arrives. Aim for at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses in reserve. If you can, go further. Because when you have a buffer, you make decisions from a place of strength, not panic. And decisions made from strength are almost always better ones. Rule 4, simplicity beats complexity. In corporate finance, the most dangerous mistakes often come from overcomplicating things. Exotic financial products, unnecessary debt layers, confusing ownership structures. I've seen it time and time again. Complexity hides risk. The same is true for your personal money management. You don't need a dozen accounts. You don't need to chase every new trend. You don't need to build complicated budgeting systems. Simple works. Simple is sustainable. Simple keeps you focused. Use a basic budget. Track your spending in one place. Automate your savings where you can. When your system is simple, you're more likely to follow it. And when you follow it, it works. Simplicity is not a lack of ambition, it's the foundation that supports your ambition. Rule 5, decisions are compounded. Every decision you make about money is part of a chain, and those small, daily decisions, they compound over time. Skip tracking your spending today, it feels like nothing. Impulse. Buy something tomorrow, it feels small. Delay saving this month, it feels minor. But over time, these choices build momentum, for better or worse. Good decisions compound into freedom. Bad decisions compound into stress. As a CFO, I watched small patterns turn into big outcomes, both positive and negative. Today in my personal life, I remind myself daily small, smart choices build strong foundations, and small, careless choices chip away at them. Respect the power of compounding decisions because your future self will live with the results. Being a CFO taught me many things, but the most valuable lesson was this. Financial stability is not about being perfect. It's about respecting a few simple principles and sticking with them. Watch your cash flow. Control your fixed costs. Build your buffer. Keep your system simple. And remember that small decisions compound into big outcomes. These rules kept my company healthy, they've kept my personal life sane, and they can work for you too. If this video gave you clarity, subscribe for more. And let's keep building lives that are simple, stronger, and smarter. See you in the next